Well, I have a big treat for you. I'm with Linda Beutler, the goddess of clematis, and we're going to talk some tips on planting a clematis in a container because that's really a great place to have them.
Well, you can just squeeze them into the garden anywhere when they're in a container, and provided the container isn't too terribly large, you can move them around too.
Nice.
So you can sort of pick your combinations.
Okay.
And so we've got a container ready to go here. Notice depth is more important than width.
Okay.
Their roots tend to go down rather than out. So most gallon pots are 8 inches deep.
All right.
And you want to be able to plant it a little bit more deeply than it is in the pot.
Oh, so that's really a good tip because we really just do tomatoes that way, but do clematis that way.
Yeah, because they will root off of those bottom stems.
Okay.
And then the other thing you want to do is prune it when you plant it.
You took the bud off though.
I know.
Is that okay?
Well, we're reducing transplant shock.
Okay.
If we didn't take that bud off, there's an outside chance the plant might have collapsed.
Oh.
Because no matter how careful we are, we're going to damage some of the feeder roots.
Sure.
So the bud comes off.
All right. Well, that's something new.
And
Never knew
I'm
that.
sliding the tag there. This is blue eyes.
Okay.
And just turning it out of the pot.
All right.
And this is a nice root mass, just nicely rooted out. Blue eyes is pale blue.
Now I'm noticing the soil is a little bit different kind of
Yeah,
mix.
I don't use typical potting soil for plants that I want to be in containers for a long time. And the reason for that is the typical potting soil has a lot of peat in it.
Okay.
It breaks down. Let's do like 2 more scoops. We want to leave some puddle room here.
Okay.
And then it breaks down really fast and it turns into wet chocolate cake.
Ew.
And the roots really can't breathe around it. There we go.
Oh, is it?
My
oh,
little
it's
blue bird of
beautiful.
happiness in here.
Well, that is just clever. Now, so where could I get some soil like this?
We sell it at the Rogerson Clematis collection in 1 cubic foot bags. It's pretty heavy.
Okay.
It's got a lot of composted bark. It's got pumice and sand added to it. And instead of using peat in the mix, we use coir or coconut fiber. And so that is more inert when it breaks down, and there's not that much of it.
Excellent.
So it stays coarser, it has more body, it stands up to having water going through it all the time. And then the other thing, speaking of water, is we do actually have this up on pot feet, and it's on a round paver. If you sit the pot right on the soil, you just have a couple little drainage holes, and those will get clogged up, and worms will come up and down, and they'll work your clay soil up into your potting soil. And so this way, you have its own little universe of soil in there.
Right.
And we won't have to repot this clematis for 2, 3, maybe 4 years.
Oh, okay.
At least 2 years, usually 3 or 4 years before we have to repot.
Well, speaking of the collection, there's a really great event that's going to be going on that's going to be giving a fundraising towards the collection. So if you can talk about Vines 4.
Okay. Inviting Vines 4 is our 4th annual fundraising garden tour. And if you want to see the rest of this garden, my garden will be open for the tour. Dulcie Mayhar's garden will be open. So we're pretty excited that Dulcie's willing to have her garden open for us. The gardens are open from 10 to 4, May 28th. That's the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend.
Excellent.
They can go to rogersonclematiscollection.org and get tickets. And there's numerous locations which we can put on your website.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. And so if you missed that website, we're going to have it on the screen, or else you can go to gardentime.tv and you get all the information. Well, thanks so much, and you come out and see this garden. Thank you.